Modern day law enforcement places emphasis on proactive programs to help mitigate future criminal activity. There are a number of local programs that work with at-risk youth to help put them on the path for future success and stability. What particular programs do you feel are most effective, and what should be added or improved upon? And we'll start with Mr. Hart.
Well, there's a number of current programs that are being offered through the schools and the juvenile system. There are a lot of restorative justice programs where rather than jailing a youthful offender, they are ordered by the court or ordered by the probation department to perform some sort of service that's going to make the victim whole. But the current thinking is that the longer you house a lower end juvenile offender, the worse off that offender is going to be in the long run. So the real push in the criminal justice system right now is to keep low end non-violent youthful offenders out of custody, but putting them in restorative justice type programs. Some things that I'm advocating for our youth is that the first thing is a truancy program. We have a chronic truancy problem in Santa Cruz County where there are students, and I've got 4 kids. I have kids in school right now, and there's kids that are absent 100 days a year. But a chronic truant is defined by 10 or more absences in a school year. And there's a current program where law enforcement, the courts, the district attorney, and the schools are working together for when somebody's a chronic truant, to work with the parents and call the parents in and talk to them about why their child's not attending school. Don't just make the kid do Saturday school, don't suspend them, but work with the families and the parents to keep that youngster in school. The other thing I'm an advocate for is our school resource officer program. We currently have school resource officers at SoCal High School and Aptos High School. I think that's a good program to head off problems before they occur, especially in the area of bullying and some of the things that we're seeing in the high schools. Yet some other things that we're doing right now and that I'm going to advocate for in the future is we're partnering with the Boys and Girls Club. There's a brand new Boys and Girls Club going in at Live Oak on 17th Avenue. There's another one going in on Scotts Valley Drive right now in Scotts Valley that's going to serve the San Lorenzo Scotts Valley area. And I want to partner with both of those Boys and Girls Clubs to work with kids either in the classroom or in sports. The Sheriff's Office has a Sheriff's Activity League where we service over 500 children in Junior Giants baseball and futsal, soccer. Our deputies are very active in that program, as are civilian employees, and they do a great job working with the youth in that early intervention and involvement. The thought being the more involved we can get with the youngsters, the less likely they are to be involved in criminal activity later on. So those are the main programs that I'm interested in right now. Thank you.
Mr. Wiley.
Well, I started the school resource officer program years ago, and I was not in favor of it when I started it. Mark Tracy knew I wasn't in favor of it, and so he handed it to me and says, start it up. And so I went to school resource officer school with John Scanlon, who was the first school resource officer that the Sheriff's Office had, and he went to Aptos High. And at Aptos High at the time, there were Norteños and Serranos there, and it was a hotbed. And having a school resource officer on campus totally turned that Aptos campus around. The violent rates, violence went way down. The gang problems went way down. It was amazing how it was turned around by realistically addressing this with a school resource officer. I would certainly like to see school resource officers for security guards. The Sheriff's Office has security guards. And Jim Hart's not in favor of that. He says do away with security guards. But I think we could have Sheriff's Office security guards on many more campuses. And to bond with the youth, that's so important. And carrying beyond the bonding, having deputies themselves involved in doing training with identified youth that might rehabilitate them realistically. Have them go out and do search and rescue. Have them do things that, train in things that they might be interested in to create a bonding experience between them and law enforcement. Those are the kinds of things that I think really help kids emerge from the problems that they're having. I think all of these other programs are you know, the athletic league, all of those programs are worthwhile. But I think we need to be more realistic in addressing the basics of safety. And you know, bullying is a big problem. You know, I was bullied. I had rheumatic fever as a kid, so you know, I was bullied a lot when I was a kid, and it took me a long time to get over that. And you know, if we had school resource officers or security guards on campus, you know, they help prevent those kinds of things, and they, you know, people don't turn into juvenile delinquents because they've been bullied all their life. So, you know, again, I think school resource officer program is probably my primary way of addressing the issue. Thank you.
Mr. Kersey.
We've talked about sports programs. We've talked about school resource officers. School resource officers in high schools. It's too late. School resource officer on a high school campus is nothing more than a public safety issue. The students on high school campuses have already formulated their thoughts, their minds. They've already picked their path in life. You might be able to turn around 1 or 2 out of 10, but they've already been formed. They've already created their thought in which path they're going to take in life. Those officers or deputies should be placed on elementary school grounds, middle school, where you can still have an effect. Not only are they there for public safety, they're there as mentors to look at all the potential problems, identify those children who have issues, then go back to root causes of why they have those issues. Get in contact with the parents. Bring the parents together with the school to sit down to formulate a plan and how to turn this child around. Also, not every kid likes to kick a ball. Not every kid likes to hit a ball. Find their passion. Find what they like to do in life. Art, music. There are other things out there in the world than sports. Not every kid is an athlete. All kids have brains. All kids have passions. There's things that they would like to do. Find that passion, direct that energy, and you might turn this kid around. But without having somebody on that school campus during their formative years, we're going to miss that. Drug use, alcohol abuse. Believe it or not, it starts in middle school, sometimes elementary school. By the time they get to high school, they're either full-blown or they're not. We need to have someone in place in those areas where the potential for a fix is there. But once again, it is a total package of involvement from the parents, the child, the school, and law enforcement. Once again, it's not just law enforcement, not there just for enforcement of public safety. We should be there as a mentor and a figure of, how can I say, what you would want to be or someone you would want to be like. But we need to start home first. Thank you.